today. Good. That is the best start to a video I have had so far. So, yeah, I'm gonna drink some water. Anyways, Jesus, 45 seconds of just awesome! Fuck yeah! I roar! So, what would I like to talk about today, Roy? Jolly good, yeah? I don't know. Well, you know, it's just, there's always a good question to ask myself when I start a video. It's just, hey, how am I feeling? Right? And I just like to talk about that, you know, and just go over that and whatever. And see where it goes. See where the conversation goes with my goddamn self for the 60th time. Right. This, I believe, is number 60 of my long-form videos. Congratulations, Matthew. Woohoo! Look at you. All right, round of fucking applause. So, number 60. I don't want it to be special. It doesn't need to be. It's just, wow, that's very interesting that I've gone this far and I've made this many videos and everything. And I was talking to myself in the shower yesterday and I was like, all right, I want to see what it is I have the ability to talk about. And how many things can I talk about and how many things do I actually have on my mind? You know, I just want to keep going because I've been talking about this shit, right? The same whatever yelling points and everything. And I said that I wanted to challenge myself and see what else I wanted to talk about. You know, what is it? Like, I remember, like, me and my girlfriend started talking about childhood for a second. And I was like, wow. But here's the thing. I talk about what interests me at whatever current moment that I'm at. All right? So I don't force myself into a particular topic. That's the beauty of me just turning on the fucking camera and speaking my fucking mind. I don't want to be in this set stone of gotta talk about this even if you don't give a shit about it. I don't do that, and I'm not going to do that. Anyways, I digress. Me and her were talking about my childhood and her childhood and, you know, growing up and the influence of all these little things that end up making who you are today. And it was actually interesting because I'm like, I don't fucking connect to my childhood. I don't. I've been talking about current events. I keep talking about how I'm feeling today, but I'm like, Jesus, how did I feel back then? I've talked about it briefly, just little whatever snippets, but I haven't really gone into full details about my childhood and what even happened there. And I'm like, is that something I want to unpack? Because I keep unpacking, again, what my brain's going through today, but I'm like, what happened then? How did that shape me today? Like, I want to ask these questions, and I want to go in there, because there's so many fucking answers. There's actually the childhoods of everybody. That's where it all fucking starts, and that's where it all fucking begins. All those fucking things you got going on in your mind right now as an adult, they all stem from fucking childhood. A lot of fucking things. And my girlfriend brought up a good point. It's like, you don't really change. You know, you get to about 15, 16, and I agree with her. I'm like 10 years ago, almost 11 years ago, I was like 16 years old. I'm like, I don't feel that much different than I did when I was 16, other than I guess I'm wiser and I know more things, you know? That's what my girlfriend said. And I'm like, that makes fucking sense. I just know more shit, but I'm kind of stuck and molded already. Like, and everything else is just bouncing off of me. I don't really change. You know, I keep saying that I'm changing or whatever the fuck, but whatever. I guess my environment's changing. The knowledge that I'm taking in is changing. The way I look at life and how I thought it was is changing. But am I, though, deep down? I guess, you know. I guess I feel different than I did, obviously, than how I was at 16, but I don't know, it's just interesting things to think about. But I'm like, what happened when I was a kid? What happened to me? What the fuck happened? And here's the thing, I don't like even going into my childhood. My girlfriend, it's crazy. It's like, it's been almost 3 years, and she don't know shit about my fucking childhood. She just doesn't know fucking anything. And it's not even a matter of I haven't opened up about it or don't want to or something. It's like we briefly talked about it, barely, but just barely. We've been so wrapped up in this non-monogamy horse shit and all this other fucking relationship dynamics, and she wants to be exclusive and I don't, and blah, blah, fucking blah. But I'm like, you know, she even said that too. She's like, I'm not even interested in this non-monogamy, polyamorous fucking horse shit, whatever the fuck shit. Okay, we're just talking about it because it feels like we have to for a second. We don't have to, but that's what the fuck we've been doing. But yeah, there is a lot of other things to talk about, but I don't know. It's just, again, it's been such a fucking conversation, and we keep fucking rehashing the same old shit and blah, 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 and going over the same goddamn timeless conversations, right? So, but anyways, digression again, because that's how my fucking mind works, right? I'm like, what the fuck happened to me when I was a kid? How was my childhood? I'm like, because I still feel these bits and pieces from there, and especially these insecurity fucking things. I always said this. I still feel like a little boy. I still feel like that little insignificant, insecure little boy. Like, I still feel like that to this day. Like, this, I'm not getting attention. I feel like nobody's really paying attention to me. I feel invisible. This kind of shit, or whatever the fuck, right? And I feel alone. And, okay, what happened? That's just what happened to me. That's what the fuck happened to me when I was a kid. I felt isolated. Yeah, I was surrounded. You know, sometimes I had my parents, I had my brother, I had my friends. You know, but how many of those people are here today besides my family? I still have my parents. I still have my brother. But, you know, the only fucking person I have from my childhood, the only person that's still around is my best friend that's all the way in goddamn Pennsylvania now. He's all the way the fuck over there. Me and him talk seldom, you know. Some fucking times we have a chat, but to be honest, he's not even that close to me anymore. We are, but we're not. It's like, I have this other best friend, and me and him are way closer than I am in the fucking 20-something years I've had with my best friend, quote unquote, that's in Pennsylvania. I'm like, I don't know any of those people from back then anymore. All those people from high school, all those people from fucking middle school, elementary school, they're all gone. And they all started falling off as time was progressing. You know, because they weren't real friends, they were fucking acquaintances. What's up, dude? How you doing? You hate school? Me too. That's what the fuck we related on. But, you know, there was some depth to some people, but none of them are here in my life right now. At all. I got a fucking Facebook, but who gives a shit? Like, nobody actually gives a fuck about the people, like, at all that you're scrolling and seeing. Oh, that's such a cute picture. Oh my God, she had a baby. Wow. Nobody gives a fucking fuck. At all. I don't care. You know, I scroll through, I see an update of somebody who gives a fuck life, and I'm just bored, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. That's what happened there. Oh, this motherfucker got married. This motherfucker got divorced. This motherfucker's bitching on the internet about something. You know? But there's no depth to any of these people. I don't have a bunch of fucking friends that are actually close to me. I don't. And I never really did. Like, I just didn't. I always wanted depth. I always wanted that kind of fucking goddamn connection. But most people nowadays, like, and this is what I've been bitching about forever, don't want that fucking shit. They just don't. They don't give a fuck. They just stay on the surface and they just whatever. And I'm just like, fine, whatever. I don't want to digress into that and go into that again. I'm just saying, what the fuck happened when I was a kid? You know, what happened to me? I don't know. I hate it. Like, I think about my childhood, and, you know, I'm so wrapped up in my adult brain and my adulthood and everything that I'm not opening up about my childhood. I'm not opening up about the relationship that I have with my parents, my brother, my whatever. I've opened up about some things, like I said, but like going super into depth about it. I'll say a fun fact about my childhood, but will I expand on it? No, I don't. You know? And I never really exercised that. I never even fucking went there in my mind. I would just, oh, that's a fact that happened in my childhood, but I don't go there and actually think about it and put myself back in those little kid shoes. And this is the thing, it's like, when I really think about my childhood, and again, I didn't have a bad childhood. You know, like, both my parents were fucking married. I played video games, hated school, whatever the fuck. No girls wanted me at all, whatever. But, like, it wasn't awful, you know, but compared to who? That's the whole thing. It's like, and this is the other thing that I'm really getting sick of. I don't want to, like, when do you have the right to complain about your life? All right? Do the starving kids in Africa have to look at the people that are still somehow less fortunate than them, and then they're grateful for the position that they're in, malnourished? Really? Like, do you see what I mean? When do you have the right to complain? And that's the thing, I got to look at myself. I'm like, all right, there's always somebody in a worse position than me. So fucking what? You know, like, I don't give a shit. Like, that doesn't make me feel better. It's just not a good fucking strategy to look at other people's misfortune and then say, look at all the nice things. I just don't like this method of trying to be grateful. It does nothing for me, and I think it's just bullshit anyways. But, like, whatever. I didn't have an awful childhood, but at the same time, there's things that I can complain about that happened during my childhood. During my fucking adolescence. Like, there's things that I can fucking complain about. There's things I wish happened. You know, like what, for example? I wish I had a better connection with my parents. You know, I wish I had a deeper connection, but they could not. Whatever I'm doing right now on this YouTube channel, all the shit that I'm opening up about, all the depth and things and honesty that I'm going into, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it at all. You know, they want nothing to fucking do with it. My mom is there's some things a mother doesn't need to know about her kid. I'm like, whatever. You know, you had kids to just have them, and you have them around, and you have a surface level fucking family of some sort. You know what? Okay, Mom. You know, that's what the fuck happened with my mom. And it's like, I look at my mom as I'm closer to her than I am my dad, but I guess it's just a different connection of some sort. But I'm like, what relationship did I have with my mom? My therapist even fucking asked me that. You know, it was very interesting when I had that conversation. And it's like, what happened with my mom and I's relationship? What was it? And it's like, well, I wanted more deep connection of some sort. I didn't want my feelings to be pushed to the side. I wanted them to be understood. I wanted it to be listened to, but I wasn't. So I developed a strategy of not opening up and not saying any of the deep shit to nobody, but I really wanted that. So I didn't have a really good feeling of expression because I didn't have that when I was growing up. My parents didn't provide that for me. I had that with a couple other friends. You know, I had that with friends as I was growing up, and I remember in high school, you know, I would open up about a lot of this deep shit, and I would go into all these existential questions and panic attacks and whatever, anxiety, and I had a couple people, like, that I could talk to, and I remember, like, you know, I would have super crazy deep conversations with this one guy, you know, that I don't really talk to anymore, but there was this other kid that wanted to talk to me and go into depth, you know, and he was like, oh yeah, let's have a super deep conversation. And I remember that we were just playing Minecraft, and it's just sometimes it just triggers in my mind, and I'll just go into my ranting, and I'll just start talking about all the fucked up shit that's going on in my fucking head, and I'll just start somewhere. And I remember he was just listening, and he was like, what the fuck? And I freaked him out. I remember I freaked him out, and he started fucking having a panic attack on the microphone when we were playing Minecraft. Because I got him just thinking about all that fucked up shit. You know, those things that really make you fucking just squeal and just freak out, whatever the fuck thought of absolute isolation, whatever thing that makes you panic, you know, that you avoid, those strings of thoughts you don't even go into anymore. It's like, yeah, I was having all those moments, and I was diving into that stuff. And whatever that fucking kid, like, listened to or heard or I tapped into, he freaked the fuck out. You know? I hated him, too. I was just like, I remember me and him had a falling out. I don't know, he's such a fucking faggot cunt. Like, I hated him. Whatever, I hated a lot of people. Like, I hated a lot of people in high school and everything. I remember I even made that short yesterday. I hate people that hate people. Uh-oh. Whatever. My whole context of that was you're no better than the people you hate. Anyways. But I remember, yeah, just as a fucking kid, like, just all of these moments, all of these things. And I hate thinking about it. I don't like thinking about it because it's like I'm away from that. And god damn it, you know, sometimes there's like my job, for example, sometimes we have to do training and it reminds me of motherfucking high school and I want to blow my brains out because it's like it's a homework assignment is what it feels like. Get your training done by the end of the month. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I got out of high school for a reason. I hated tests. I hated the education system. I fucking despised school. I didn't give a fuck about any of that shit. I don't use any of it anymore. And to be honest, I don't want to be good at any of the things that I was taught because I don't give a fuck. You know, I learned most of my shit on the fucking internet. I grew up in the fucking internet. That's what the fuck I grew up on. You know, I didn't like all the education from my high school, my middle school, my elementary school. What the fuck do I use from that? Nothing. I used how to avoid the people I don't like in high school and middle school and elementary school. I learned the people that are full of shit. That's all I learned. Math, fucking algebra, biology, what, like, I don't get, like, whatever, do you see what I mean? I don't give a fuck. Nothing I took away from there stuck with me. Nothing stuck with me in high school. Nothing. Even college, I went to college. I have an IT degree, like I said. I have an associate's degree that I'm not fucking using. Like, I like technology, but not to the point of I want to fucking work for some corporate America piece of shit company making sure their network doesn't blow up. I'm going to kill myself if I fucking got that position. Hey, I'd be making $100K a year, but at the cost of what? My life? You know, again, I'm driving this fucking truck, okay? But I don't know. I feel way happier in this position than I think about watching a fucking network not explode. Boring as fuck. I love being out here. I do like my job. Does it not pay me enough money? Yes. I keep fucking saying that, but at the end of the fucking day, I enjoy the people. I enjoy that I'm fucking alone right now. No supervisors breathing down my neck. Here's your fucking route. Get your shit done and go home. That's the fucking goddamn day. And it's never boring. Never boring. I'm like, goddamn, it's fucking Thursday again? What happened? You know, honestly, what the fuck happened? It was just Monday. Now it's fucking Thursday. Cool. You know, and it's going to be Friday tomorrow. And then boom, it's the goddamn weekend. That's what I mean. I'm like, I've been working this job almost 4 fucking years, and it went by like that. And I feel the goddamn speed up right now of my adult life. I feel it. You know, it just starts going. It just starts going. I think I heard this goddamn line. It's like when you're a kid, you're waiting for things. You're waiting for Christmas. You're waiting for that new video game to come out. You're just waiting, and it can't get there quick enough. But as an adult, you're putting shit off. You got bills. You got money. You got all this other horse shit, stress you don't want to fucking deal with. You got work. And then it just, boom, it's fucking there. And the next thing you know, you had a job for fucking 4 years, and you're like, what the fuck happened? You know? It's crazy. I feel it. I'm going to be 30 in 3 fucking years. What the fuck? My 20s are almost over. I have 3 more years of 20s. Okay, I just kind of freaked out right now, actually. I just freaked out. I legitimately just barely freaked out. I'm like, oh God, is this where I fucking thought I was going to be at the age of 27? You know, I thought I'd be in an established fucking career field. I thought I would know what the fuck I wanted at this point. And I'm just like, oh, right. And I remember going to college when I was like, 22 or something. And I was looking at these people that were like 30, 36, even 40-year-olds, sometimes fucking 60-year-olds. I'm like, the fuck are you doing here? I'm like, people start over all the goddamn time. All the fucking time. And it's crazy. And I'm looking at myself now. I'm like, oh, fuck me, huh? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, it's crazy to me. I'm like, I'm about to be motherfucking 30 in 3 years. 30 years old. And I thought I would have the wife and the family and the kids and the house and the white picket fence and the job that I gave a fuck about. But I don't have any of those things. You know? I got a vasectomy. I have a girlfriend of almost 3 years that I'm not monogamous with. You know? What the fuck is happening? I'm driving a truck? Huh? Like, what? I have an apartment? What happened? I don't get it. You know, that's what I mean. It's like when I was a kid, like going back to that shit, like I had these thoughts and hopes and dreams and aspirations, and really it just keeps, again, every day, it's just like, oh wow, it's all getting destroyed. All of it. And I'm just trying to deal with reality on reality's terms. And it's a motherfucking bitch to deal with. What is this squeaky horse shit? Oh God, it's fucking driving me crazy. Is it this? Fucking motherfucker. Anyways, let me reset. Oh, what's up, coworker? Anyways. Oh. All right, take a sip of water, Jesus. I don't know. I don't like thinking about my childhood. I like, it's like I got out of it. And when I start thinking about the nostalgia of being a kid or something, or I start thinking about those moments where I was a child, like, I don't know, there's sometimes I want to go back to being a kid, you know, and I feel that, and because it was just simpler, simple times, you know. That's what I mean, like, am I any better than I was when I was a child? You know, I don't know, sometimes I try to recapture those moments of feeling like a kid. You know, I love those moments. I love those feelings, because I'm like, God damn, is there anything to really enjoy in adulthood? Because right now, adulthood seems like it just overall sucks ass most of the fucking time. And I'm like, as a kid, I was just like, yeah, video games, food, fun. Who gives a shit? Like, that's what the fuck was happening. Fuck school. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like, that's, like, I didn't care about, like, all this shit going on. I didn't have these existential crises. I didn't have all these, like, my brain just developed, and then it just started thinking too goddamn much. You know, sometimes, yeah, I wish I could go back to that basic survival mode of wanting to have fun, you know, like, and just enjoying that being a kid. Like, right now, I mean, how often do I feel that? And that's what I mean. I'm like, I remember being a kid and then looking at all the adults and people and shit and everything. You know what's crazy? I just had a memory right now. I remember I was a kid. I was at my friend's house and whatever. We were playing somewhere on the sidewalk, somewhere in the neighborhood. And we had these fake little toy guns, and it was fun and everything. But I remember this kid drove by, and, you know, not this kid, this fucking teenager, like, just at that point of life. And, you know, he looked like some goth fucking something. I remember he flipped me off. I remember, whatever, I just made eye contact with him, but he just middle fingered me. Just, that sounded really bad. he just fucking stuck his middle finger out to me when he was driving. And I'm like, why do you do that? Like, and that's still, like, I just thought about it right now, you know, but I'm like, what was going on through his mind? Like, he was going through that time period of being a teenager in the early 2000s. And I was just growing up being a kid playing with fucking goddamn fake guns. You know, what happened to him to make him flip me off with his fucking middle finger? Why? You know, it's just, he was already going through that fuck life mode. And that's what I mean. What is so depressing? And, you know, going back to, like, all that gratefulness and everything, I'm like, why am I so down? And how can I be grateful? Do I even want to be? And you know what? I don't feel like humanity is in tune with gratitude. Like, I don't feel like we're grateful. We always want, like, they're like, contentment is not a human characteristic. It's just not. I'm like, civilization and the way society moves and evolves, there is an evolution and a moving towards future technology. But we don't just sit and say, we're good. We don't need to make it better. We don't need to advance anymore. We don't need to do any of that stuff. You know, that's what I mean. I feel like every single human being has this non-contentment within inside of them, which makes it real hard sometimes to be grateful, you know? But I guess it's all about a balance again. It's like I don't want to be content, okay, but I don't want to be this unbelievably ungrateful piece of shit. Like sometimes when I feel those grateful moments, like it's amazing, it feels great. Like I said, I cry like a motherfucker most of the time when I really feel true moments of gratefulness, and then I don't really function. But, you know, I do want to like keep learning and whatever and stuff. And that's what I want to say. I just want to keep learning, but I don't like these words. I keep saying fuck the word growth. But I do want to keep learning about myself, and I do want to keep learning about life. But I want to be grateful going through this journey. But it's hard. It's very difficult. And I'm really not sure how to do that. Again, I still want to challenge myself, and I do want to like force myself a little bit to think about my childhood. Like I said, that's what I mean. I said I want to learn about myself. I'm like, yeah, I want to learn about what happened when I was a kid. You know, like all those memories are so buried. Like I'm so, again, wrapped up in adulthood. Like I don't remember a lot of goddamn things from my childhood. Some things just pop up in my mind. But I'm like, there's so many things there. There's so much shit there. It's fucking ridiculous how much shit is there in my childhood that would make sense if I started diving into and digging into, and I'd be like, wow, so this is why I'm like this, because of that shit that happened then when I was a kid. Right. And I want to go into that, and I want to understand what the fuck happened there. Because right now, yeah, I'm like, adulting, apartment, job, bills, girlfriend, other women, testosterone, living. I'm going to be 30. Like, it's like, okay, oh, I don't have time to think about when I was a kid. I'm like, well, it's a conscious effort, and it's very difficult for me. You know, I've been digressing again into so many different whatever the fucks, but that's how my mind works. And what the fuck happened? Just go back there, Matthew. Come on now, focus up, because that's what you need to do, apparently, is focus up. Again, especially this time of year. Like I remember, like I always have this feeling around this time of year. Hello, my girlfriend calling me. Anyways, I remember this time of year always. Just this, yeah, like, you know, around fall time and Christmas, Thanksgiving, it's getting cold. School is starting back up. Like, this is what starts happening around September and shit, right? And then I'm like, oof. Oh, September. Fuck me. It's October. It's October. What the fuck? I just spaced out. It's fucking October. What? 2022 is about to be over. Another year down. It's fucking October. It's October. What the fuck? How? How the fuck did 10 months pass? I just turned 26. I just turned 26. No way. No fucking way. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry, I gotta just take a moment to think about that or something, because that's crazy. Oh man, all right. Sometimes I feel like I can't breathe, and sometimes I feel my mortality, and I feel how time just keeps ticking away. And I'm like, oh fuck. I know I keep saying I will die eventually, but I'm like, yeah, fuck me. I'm going to die. Like, I'm getting older. You know, and I'm not saying that I'm going to make it to old age. Again, I could just die fucking right now, but Jesus, you know? Oh man, Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know. That trips me out. All of a sudden, I kind of wanted to hang up and just call my girlfriend and just be like, okay, you know what? Enough of this. Because, you know, I'm going to get to my first fucking stop and then I'm going to be in these offices and shit and things and stuff. And, cool. Can't really talk very well then. So, yeah, I don't know. Shit's fucking whack, bro. Just whack as fuck. Coworker fucking texted me. Alright, hold on. Not. Oh, yeah. Fuck me. Not now. Jesus. Moving into the other lane. Texting and driving. Such a good idea. Yeah. Anyways. I don't know, I got completely sidetracked because, again, thinking about my childhood, thinking about where I am right now, thinking about how time just keeps moving, sometimes, yeah, that freaks me the fuck out, and then I get very lightheaded, and I'm just like, okay, maximum anxiety ensued right now, and I'm like, ooh, I need to take a step back and fucking breathe, because it's real easy to freak out and have a complete and utter mental fucking breakdown and existential fucking crisis. Which is what it feels like I have every day anyways, but, you know, whatever. I don't know, Jesus, like, that's what I mean. I'm like, I think somebody said that. I think my therapist said that, or I read a fucking comment on YouTube as well, where somebody said it's just like, Jesus, I feel like I'm in a constant state of changing. Right, that's what it was. There was this fucking therapist lady on TikTok or something, that I remember my best friend sent me or something, and he said, or she said that, you know, if you're having this existential crisis, it's because everything that you believed in, everything's changing all the time, and you feel like you don't have ground under your feet. I'm like, well, yeah, that seems to keep happening. I don't have ground under my feet. It's just not here. And I'm like, well, okay. Here's the other question. And it's a real question. The ideal of stability sounds awesome, but do I want it anymore, really? And is it real? This, oh, I got it down now. For me personally, I got it down now and I figured it out and I know what I want, and it's going to be like this for the rest of my life. I don't think that's honestly ever going to happen to me. I don't feel like I'm ever going to be in a state of mind where I'm like, contentment, like I said, and I'm good to go, and I got my fucking shit down. I don't think that's ever going to happen. And that thought scares me. At the same time, I'm like, okay, I feel like I want to accept that. Maybe. I don't know. My brain's still very heavily resistant to, you know, the thought of I'm going to be always constantly in this state of chaos. You know, I want some sort of stability and peaceful state of mind. But do I really? Maybe peace to me is actually incredibly boring and I don't want it. But I'm not causing drama in my life for the sake of drama. You know, that's not what I want either. I don't want just turmoil for the sake of turmoil. No, I want just some sort of challenge, right? That doesn't make me super stressed out, but not bored as fuck at the same time. So, I don't know. I've said that like 6 times now. Start trying to talk about my childhood, but don't know, I kind of had a freak out moment. And then, yeah, I even think about the music that I listened to. And I mean, even my girlfriend was talking about that. It's like, what music did you listen to when you were growing up? I'm like, all the music, and I said this to her, all the music I listen to or have listened to or I guess resonates with me is this sad boy, melancholy, I'm significant and I'm epic and I mean something music. Because I feel like I don't mean anything. I feel like I am insignificant. I feel like I'm not great. I feel like I won't be great. I feel like I don't matter. But I'm like, matter to who? And what the fuck does it even mean to matter anyways in the first place? What does it mean to be great? What does it mean to be significant? These are other questions that I want to ask myself because I'm like, what does that mean? You know, what does it mean to be great in the eyes of other people? So is everything the significance based on other people's opinions? So all because I didn't reach a wide audience and the majority of people didn't like me, that means I'm insignificant? Really? Well, I mean, I have this mentality of, well, fuck the collective and fuck the majority. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I have this feeling of greatness as well, which is the majority of people like me. So conflicts. And all right, I want to be significant to who? And to what exactly? What kind of impact would I like to make? And I even said that before as well. Like, oh, me changing the world means that I'm changing it in a way that's more suitable to my needs. Because I don't want to change the world to make everybody happy or something. I can't do that, but I want to make my life easier in this world. You know, do I have this grand fucking purpose of making the world a better place? No, I don't. And I don't even know what the fuck that means, you know? When people say that as well, I want to make the world a better place. I'm like, in reality, you want to make the world a better place for you and the way you want to live. That's everybody. Anybody that says I want to change the world means that when they say that. You want to change the world, you know, in a way that suits you better. I want to make the world a better place. I'm like, okay, a Christian would say I want to make the world a better place by spreading gospel. A Muslim would do the same fucking thing. I want to spread the teachings of Islam, you know, and that's going to make the world a better place. So I'm like, what would make the world a better place to me if everybody was honest? You know, if everybody was just honest with themselves and with each other. That's what I want. That's what I would want to happen, because again, everything that I keep seeing, everything that I grew up on, everything that I fucking am currently going through, all seems to be horseshit. All of it. And I want to dig under the surface and blah, blah, blah. Again, said that a million fucking times. Number 60, yes, I know. I've repeated myself a million fucking times. All right, cool. I'm going to keep repeating. I'm going to keep repeating the fact that I say that I'm going to keep repeating. Repeating. I'm tired. You know, I kind of slept like more, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm tired and I don't want to live. Yeah, great. Love it. It's great though. And oh God, I don't know. I even forgot about that. Like, YouTube doesn't even like me. TikTok don't even like me. And what I mean by that is, it's like the algorithm is just not picking up none of my shit. It don't give a fuck about me anymore. September was my month of goddamn explosion a little bit, you know. Getting 30,000 views in a month. That was pretty cool, right? But, you know, it slowed down. Most of the shorts I'm making now get nothing. I have 616 videos, everybody. You know how many of them have no fucking views? I can't even count. 400 of them? Oh yeah, something like that. It's ridiculous, you know? Now, I've said that before too. I'm like, the majority of my voice, honestly, in these shorts and these long videos, I still haven't been heard. But I'm like, I want to stick to doing this. Whatever, I spread my YouTube channel to real life people, and I got some recognition last month and everything, and cool. But who's listening still? Nobody really, you know? And again, I'm not submitting to the YouTube algorithm, the TikTok algorithm. I'm not making hashtags. I'm not trying to make titles that sound really crazy or good or whatever the fuck, and blah. I'm just not doing it. And of course I'm not going to get recognition. A majority of the titles that I make for my videos is the titles that I want. It's not the fucking titles that get clicks and get views and, you know, do any of that shit. I just don't want to do any of that. Fuck that shit. It makes me fucking miserable trying to get clicks and views. I don't want to. I say a piece of something on here, all right, and I make a title that suits the fucking video. It's not clickbait, and then I upload it. And then, yeah, a majority of the fucking videos I make get no goddamn recognition or views. Good, as long as I'm sticking to being, you know, integral and I'm not trying to fucking bullshit and be somebody else just for the sake of attention. That's what I want. That's what makes me happy. You know, I don't want to make interesting titles. I want to make titles that, you know, make sense to what the fuck the goddamn content is. Oh, goddamn. Well, I don't know. I'm about to be here at fucking lovely ass job again. And it's gonna be awesome. I don't know. Life is just fucking fucked like everywhere. It's just so bad all over the place. Oh man. Another exciting day. I'm just tired. I'm just physically tired. So, and that's what I mean. I'm still trying to take care of my physical health as well. Better. Because right now I haven't really been doing that. And it's been fucking with me greatly. Oh, anyways. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Well, that's another video down, huh? Number 60. Until. Goodbye.